Hello and welcome to a Build with Bear bonus stream. It's Wednesday and it's time to do something that's not model kit building. But before we get into that, I'm going to throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the site, the emote in the chat. If you are currently a subscriber, you can reply with those emotes. If you're not currently a subscriber, you can say hi or use other people's emotes or just be a lurker and remain silent and just chill. Tonight's agenda is Hearthstone. Have not played Hearthstone in quite some time, but wanted to go back to it. It won my poll for $3, $5, and $10 patrons about what I should do. So wanted to honor that. But I've been thinking about doing it for a while. Aristofan is here. Hello, Aristofan. It is a new expansion. The expansion came out literally yesterday, although there's been theory crafting and all that for a little bit. And then there were some cards that were going into wild rotation that had been debuffed before they got rebuffed. So the last week was a little weird on the old Hearthstone. A lot has come out since I last streamed. I feel like duels was a thing that was barely, it's still technically in beta, but it was barely a thing. Mercenaries came out to a wet fart, basically. Battlegrounds has been going through lots of revisions. The formats, we added a fourth main format. There's wild, regular, classic, or sorry, standard, not regular, standard, wild, standard, classic, and casual. Classic is a whole format that it basically is just like, here's what the cards did, and here's how people played back then. And I don't know why, it's neat that it's there. I don't know why it's there all the time. But yeah, they basically, and now there used to be two different casual queues. There was wild casual and standard casual. Now you just hit casual and it looks to see if you have wild cards or not. So you can't take a standard deck and casually play it in wild, which is good, I guess. I don't know. I'm one of the 20 people who plays Mercenaries regularly. Yes, Asmo. Also, hey Asmo, welcome. Happy to have you here. Nathan Explosion just gifted one sub to the community. That's the first gift, so let's hit the old applause. Raincoast Bear, enjoy your emotes. Aristofan throwing in those tier 2 emotes, which is always sincere. And yes, I can now update. We are now no longer 44 out of 45 subscribers. We can now get back to the road to 50. So we are now at 45 out of 50. Thank you very much for that, Nathan. We're now on our way to our next milestone. Milestone, not milestone. Milestone is what some people think of Hearthstone these days. Am I right? But I'm hitting my own the least used sound on my stream deck, the toilet flush sound. For that joke. Nathan, welcome. Yes, what's up with you? Thanks for being here. Yeah, we're going to play some Hearthstone tonight. So, we are also going to talk about Activision Blizzard, because it would feel disingenuous to not talk about that. So, the plan is, I'm going to show you the decks that we'll be playing tonight, and in the course of playing, I will be talking about one of the most recent things, which is California's continued battle with itself, the local state government's continued issues with itself in regards to its ongoing different litigations with Activision/Blizzard, which is a new fun wrinkle on a continuing problem. But so we're not going to pretend like these things aren't happening. That is the original reason why I decided not to stream Hearthstone for a while, was because I felt very uncomfortable streaming it. But I think with the proper context, I think it's a reasonable thing to be able to do. All right, so I'm going to hit the game here. I have not played this game, streamed this game from this computer. So you'll have to let me know when we get in there if the volume is too loud, because I can always adjust it. I'm going to adjust it for myself. But, you got to let me know. I also turned off screen shake, which is good. Yes, my shitty governor. Yeah, Nathan. And game. Here we go. So, yeah. Um, let's see. Yeah, as far as options go, I did disable screen. Let's not have our friends watch. You get to watch, but not that I have many friends in this game by my choice. But yeah, I don't want the screen shake. It actually makes games end quicker a little bit because they don't have to you don't have to see your whole thing break. Sound and background. Put a little music volume in there. Not much, just a little bit. Quality going high because why not? Okay, so Voyage to the Sunken City just came out literally yesterday, so we've got new decks and working on. Oh, one thing that I'm sorry, what am I even doing here? Oops, not with that. One thing that's come out since I streamed is well, quests, of course, are a thing. We got weekly quests, we got daily quests. I finished my daily, I finished my weeklies. But there's also the rewards tracker. Now, I did pay for the tavern pass. I don't pay for the big pack of decks at the end, big card decks like bundle. I don't. Usually, you get some skins for your characters. I didn't go for that, but I do pay for the tavern pass because you get some cool unlocks and you get some legendaries and stuff. So I do pay for the tavern pass. You also get XP boosts, like you can see there. Now I'm getting an XP boost when I finish games, and some stuff. But yeah, so there's a tavern pass now, and it's every expansion. So I made the call there that I usually have enough gold to buy a bunch of packs, so I don't worry about that. But now let's get into my collection. If you have any questions, you can always ask me in chat, and I will show you the two new decks because this is not a good one. Tess is back in standard. I tried to build the Tess deck. We'll look at it here. I tried to build this Tess deck. It's not good. I wish it was. I'm missing a couple pieces that would make it better, like Scabs. I think if I had Scabs, the hero, that would be great. But basically, Tess is replay every card from another class you played this game. Right now, there's not a good way to really discount cards from other classes. There are some things that, like, if you have them, like Contraband Stash is 5 mana, but it does a cool thing. It's just there's not a lot of good tools right now. I guess I should have Prep in here. Prep will probably be good in here, but like I've got a few new cards in here, but it's just not doing what I need it to do. So this deck I don't really like. I'm not going to delete it, but I don't really like it. You won't see it tonight. But you will see From the Fires, which is a bad deck that I really enjoy playing. This is a standard deck. It's nice to have a standard deck. I usually stick to wild, but especially early on when the meta hasn't really been defined yet, it's fun. So what does this deck do? Well, the first thing you want to do is you want to go over here and you want to play the Fires of Zin Azhari. The Fires of Zin Azhari, see from the Fires, is you replace your deck with minions that cost 5 or more. They cost 5. So you could have a 20 cost giant or a 12 cost beast, or you could have just a bunch of 5 drops. But no matter what, they all cost 5. So you replace your deck. Goodbye deck. And then you don't do that until in your hand you have From the Depths. See, I combined the two cards From the Fires. You get it. From the Depths reduces the cost of the bottom 5 cards in your deck by 3, and then you dredge them. So now your 5 cost cards, 5 of your 5 cost minions that could be anything from a 5 cost minion up to a whatever cost minion, will now be 2 mana. And then you dredge, which means you pick one of the 5. Dredging is this is a new keyword. Brand new keyword, folks. Came out on Tuesday. Brand new keyword, dredge. You look at the bottom of your deck, 3 cards from the very bottom of your deck, and you pick one to move up to the front of your deck. So now we're getting that card that costs 2, and we get to play it next. We also dredge on, let's see. Yes, we dredge on this, so you can actually pick your battles on what card is going to go there. And then, if we have it in our hand, we don't need it in our hand, but if we have it in our hand, we can also play Sir Finley Sea Guide, which is a great card, diamond card right there. Swap your hand with the bottom of your deck. So those cards that you made cost even less, you can then pull them to your hand, and now suddenly your hand is a bunch of 5-drops that cost 2, or 5 or more that cost 2. So that's the card. Also, maybe you just for tempo, you can play. You can put some colossal minions at the bottom of your deck. We'll talk about colossals. Some of the cards you get could be colossals. This way, you're guaranteed to get some colossals in there. If you do that after, so now you have some more, or you could just make your deck bigger by adding 3 more cards to it before you go in and replace all your cards. In the same way that putting a Sunken Trident at the bottom of your deck is just another way to build out your deck so you get even more cards to then change up. So, this is not a good deck. It is a fun deck. The other new deck we'll look at is a wild deck that is a degenerate nonsense deck that I don't recommend, but is great. And that is called Switcheroo. Now, I don't even know how they're going to nerf this. I think they're going to have to take Stone Tusk Boar out of Wild is the only way to nerf this deck. But here's what it does. You want to make sure you don't have Stone Tusk Boar or the Darkness in your hand. You want both those cards in your deck. Then you play Switcheroo. Switcheroo draws 2 minions. You only have 2 minions and swaps their stats. So, this 1-cost 1/1 with charge suddenly becomes a 1-cost 20/20 with charge. The Darkness is not a good card. I've had it. I didn't craft it for this deck. I just had it. So, I'm glad I kept it. Then, well, you got a 20/20 with charge. That's not an OTK. Well, you've got various ways to make it bigger. You can play Divine Spirit to double its health, and then either Topsy-Turvy to swap your health with your attack, or Inner Fire to make your defense also your attack. Then you can do damage, or you can play Vivid Nightmare, and then you have a 20/20 on the board and a 21, and you can do 40 damage there. This deck, I've used Illuminate, which dredges cards. I've used Illuminate to win this on turn 3 with the coin. And that's not nice. It's not nice, but I did it. And I didn't really regret it. This deck fucking rules. This deck rules. It's awful, but I love it. Yeah, because I did dredge. So that way I could get, and I ended up getting a Switcheroo for free, and then it's a degenerate, wonderful deck. I appreciate it very much. So that's that deck. Wild is the definition of not nice. Indeed, Aristophan. This is not a nice deck. And then I've got some. These things are just like ways to accomplish daily quests or weekly quests. Like I have a quest deck that's designed to best let me complete quests, because it only has Project Lens and Kazakasan, who rules, and then it just has all 1-drops because that's the whole point of that deck. Hero power deck, just so I can complete the hero task. Draw deck to complete a draw task. Tasks. Both these also good for the battle cries tasks. And then I have 2 decks that are not. They don't feature any new cards, but they are very fun. We got Big Shaman. Big Shaman exists for just one real. Two cards in this deck are important, and those 2 cards are Ancestor's Call, where you pull a random minion from each player's hand into the battlefield, and Eureka, where you summon a copy of a random minion from your hand. Also, that's a 4 and a 6. Well, don't worry about it because you have Lightning Bloom to give you 2 extra mana. And then you just have all your minions are minions that have a big effect on the board. It's a taunt, 8/8 taunt that gives you 8 armor. A 9/9 that does 9 damage at the end of each turn. A 7/7 that when your opponent beats it, there's another 7/7, and then a card to pull those cards out there. So no battle cries. The only card I would add to this that's new is a shaman card that I don't have yet. We'll look at that. I believe it's at a 7 plus. No, where is that? Sunken City. That's what I want. Is this card. Glug the Gulper. Glug the Gulper is a colossal. So what do colossals do? Colossals do their effect no matter what happens. If it's pull from deck, if it's played from hand, if it's pulled from hand, if it is used with spells, if someone uses Dirty Rat to pull a minion, Colossal still works no matter what. So that would be really good in this deck. I don't have the dust to craft it yet, but that is the next thing that I am crafting. That is, I'm saving up dust for that now. After a friendly minion dies, you gain its original stats, and then you get a bunch of taunts that when they die, you then get the stats for it. I think Glug will be pretty good in this deck. It wouldn't be incredible in this deck, but it is new, and I would like to put it in there because I do think it would be a fun minion to be in this one. So that is one that I'm probably going to craft. Also, Glug could work in some other Shaman things. It wouldn't work in my other Shaman deck that I still love, which is, of course, Evolve Shaman. Oh, we go wild here. And Evolve Shaman, you play a bunch of cards, you cheat out a bunch of cards in a couple different ways, and then you evolve them with evolve cards, including Bogspine Knuckles, which got rebuffed. It was debuffed before, where it did 3 damage. So now that it does 4 damage, you can play Dread Corsair for free. So on turn 5, you can play Knuckles and Dread Corsair. So at the very least, you get a 4-drop minion that you can play. Tiny Toys probably doesn't belong in there anymore. I probably need another either card generator, minion generator or something. But I still like Tiny Toys. I still think that it's a win more card, that once you're ahead and you can really run with the board, it's great. Of course, the dream is still on turn 3 when you go second, play Desert Hare, coin, evolve, and get a bunch of 4-drops on the board. Ooh, that's good. That's some good. But yeah, that's those are the decks. So we're going to start with Standard. We'll play a Standard game to get into it because we haven't played any yet, but I also haven't talked about Hearthstone in a long time. So we'll get into some Hearthstone. We are going to play Standard, and we're going to play our From the Fires deck, which is a Standard deck, so we'll be able to do that. You can see here, the damage that's right there means that it is a wild deck. You can't play it in Standard. I don't think that's helpful. Actually, you know what? One more thing we're going to do here is I want to change my heroes here. I want to change our warrior hero to, do we have a fun one? Well, we got the pirate guy. I do like this one, but yeah, here we go. This guy rules, so we're going to use him. I've been meaning to change that. Cool. All right. I've been meaning to change that. I want to do it there. All right. From the Fires. Let's play our first game of Hearthstone. It's time to do the duel. Okay, so things are getting wacky in California. As you may be aware, there's a lot of shenanigans going on there. Mostly it is the governor is apparently been putting pressure, trying to help out with the Activision, possibly to make their sale work better. Who knows? Okay, so fires. We got fires. We want fires. We can get rid of all of these. Because eager to see this glorious mess of a deck in action. Thank you, Asmo. We want fires. Fires is one of our 2 cards we really need. We want that, and then we want to hopefully get from the depths. Now we have a Phelan, so we can add some Colossals after. This is also a good 2-drop we got here, so that's fun. We are dealing with Pirate Rogue. Exactly what? Who knows? But why not coin? Because we're hoping to draw anyway, and let's just coin out. Let's get some armor and have a 2-3 with taunt. This is a good. It's just a good card. It's a very good card. Um, anyway, the head of the California's Department of Fair Employment and Housing was fired, seemingly out of nowhere, and then her deputy quit and said that, okay, we don't really need this card. We don't need it twice. I guess we can replace our deck later if it sucked, but whatever. We're just going to go with our Death Rattle here, try to draw. We, again, are looking for that, like, I can't. We'll play this for just as a 4/5 and put in some Colossal minions at the bottom. Even though I'd rather replace before we do that, but we can always just replace and just have them be 5-drops. We don't really need From the Depths. It's just better to have From the Depths. Okay, yeah. So after your hero attacks, you deal 1 damage to all enemies. It's not that big a deal. We're just gonna gain some armor. We're gonna draw. We can Whirlwind and Execute if we need to, and we will possibly do that next turn. We might just make all our cards cost 5 because we're close to 5 mana anyway, and then maybe throw some Colossuses on the board. Also, we're going to find out right now what this is here, because our Whirlwind might not work, which will suck. Oh, we got that. We don't want to find out. We have another one, so we could do that. We can do that. This way we can do all 4. And then if it does counter, then we can still do this. We have 2 of them in our hand. We're going to try it. Okay, it's a minion counter. Great to know. So then we can do this. And we can execute this one. Great. So now all our minions, our entire deck is random cards that all cost 5. And then next turn, we're going to have to play one of them knowing that our next minion is going to get countered and we're not going to be able to play that minion. So we are giving up 4 or 5 mana next turn, which sucks. But we can execute, so that's nice. So this is our 5 cost here. Taunt, Battlecry. If you cast 3 spells while holding this, summon 2 copies of this. Great. Let's get that going. That sounds awesome. Let's play some spells. We're going to play this knowing that we're going to get countered, but because then we can execute. Wait, what am I doing? We'll just do that instead. Why was I going to make that have to be countered when you can just kill it because we know it's not spells? Haha. I almost talked myself into a bad play, and I talked myself out of it. We did it. Anyway, it really does look like Whipper was fired. It really does look like the governor of California is looking to make... They were unhappy with another lawsuit going to settle for a very low amount of money, and we're trying to block it. It became a whole thing. We're dying here, which is not great. We might have to just play that. These are going to cost 5. I didn't love that they had Mr. Smite. I didn't want to play this without playing spells, but I think we need the taunt. We just need to survive a little bit here. We're going to get 10 armor because we're going to play our lovely hero there. But anyway, yeah. They settled for a really low amount, and so it looked like that Whipper was attempting to stop that, and then the governor got really in there, and there's probably going to be some lawsuits about what's happening here. Yes, the U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission settled for $18 million, which is really low, and is kind of definitely like meant to undermine the Department of Fair Employment and Housing. So it's another huge shitty mess on top of many other huge shitty messes. And it's a real fucking bummer. So I know what our next turn is probably. And then we can draw 3 Murlocs here. Eventually, I guess. We're just going to get railroaded here. Looks like. Looks bad. Oh, we lost. Okay, we lost. Fun. We lost. Yeah. Okay, there you go. We probably need to play this against a slow deck, and I don't really know how many slow decks we're going to run into tonight. So, probably not for the best. But let's run it back, see what we got there. I'm only in ranked silver. It's still early in the month. And I don't play a lot of standard these days. So, yeah, because if we switch over, so you can see classic, standard, wild, and casual. If we switch over to wild, you will see that I am platinum 9. I'm doing pretty okay in there. But let's go back to standard, and we'll play From the Fires and see how we do. So yeah, continued shit going on with Activision Blizzard. Of course, one of their like make goods is, well, this one, people that are working in our quality assurance there are looking to unionize. So now you're not contracted. Now you're full employees and you get benefits, except for the people that are trying to start a union. We're not going to touch that. Really sucks. We're going to keep this for draw just because it's something we can play on turn 1. But we'll put everything back in, mulligan everything else, and try to get the cards we need. These are not the cards we need, although they do draw cards. So that's good. But yeah, these are not things that I'm necessarily looking for. This starts dormant after you cost 5 mana worth of spells. You awaken, and it has a rush. It's pretty good for a 1-drop. Nagas are also now a minion type. We hadn't talked about that. There's Naga. Naga is now its own type. So some cards have become Naga cards, and there's a bunch of new ones. We'll put that in there. We either our opponent is going to waste their mana or a spell on a 2/1, or we get another card. So there you go. They get to draw a little bit. They get to make it closer to their dormant card. I never play dormant cards. I have no interest in the future. I want them now. Well, we've got shield slams, and we've got regular slam. So let's just get some armor. Let's try to build a little bit of armor, I guess, and then hopefully we'll get one of the cards I'm looking for. Okay. This is the... All right. Yeah, this deck is doing... Their deck is doing what their deck is meant to be doing here. Here's Finley, our friend Finley, which swaps the bottom hand of your... swaps the hand with the bottom of your deck to draw those cards later. It is a nice card to have. It is not necessarily what we need. We can slam this, and then we can shield slam it to get it off the board. And I think we're going to do that just to do something and get a little drawing in. Fiery War Axe is not what I'm looking for there. But we did take 3 damage off the board, and our opponent does still need to cast spend more mana on spells. I think that'll do it. Now it is there. We got a trident. So I guess we're just gonna do that. Okay, that is not what we need. We'll do that there. I mean, we're close to being able to just play it on curve. Rakara is nice to have. Rakara is cool, but our opponent is doing the things that their deck is supposed to be doing, and we are unfortunately not doing the things that our deck is supposed to be doing, which is frustrating. All right. Shoulder check. Tradable. Let's just trade that. We don't have a minion to play anyway. Shield. Okay, let's just increase our armor. You know what? Let's use our mana here. Let's hope we get a good top deck. At the very least, we have a lot of health right now. And I think this deck is a Naga tempo deck. But I don't know. They have a lot. Our opponent has a lot of mana to play with. Yeah, okay. Yep, okay. Yeah, all right. Our opponent has a lot of stuff. They got a lot of stuff going on. This is not what we want either. Let's do this. We'll do this just to have something. And I think that's all we can do right now, fortunately. Okay. That's a fine enough start. Although most likely they're going to have 5 mana's worth of. Oh no, maybe not. Okay. Yep. Yeah, this our opponent has a deck that does stuff, so that's fun for them. It's very fun for them. Do we have anything to execute? We can execute something. I mean, we're getting a weapon, which at least now we're putting something at the bottom of our deck. So let's do that. We didn't use the Trident, but now we're putting it at the bottom of our deck, which is something. And then we have 5/2 here. After you attack, you smash it into the enemy hero. So we could do that. We're at 50 health now between health and armor. So our opponent is going to do a ton of damage to us right now. But we can do 5 damage to them, which is something. So let's take 6 to do 5 damage to them. To 6 damage, I should say. So that's something. We did something. It's not good what we did, but it was something. Basically, if we top deck Fires, we are just going to do it and then play Finley. Because we need something to happen here. Because things are not good. Because maybe we'll find something that can really turn the tide here. This is not what we need. So, we are going to put 3 Colossals at the bottom of our deck. And then we are going to play Finley. Hey! Got a achievement there. That's fun. Okay. Hey, weird. These all cost a lot of money. Mana, I should say, not money. But these are all pretty cool. That's a fun combo. We'll do that, which gives us a little more armor. And are we dead? We are dead. We're just dead. It's fine. We're dead. But that was cool to do. We're going to concede. We did get to do part of what the deck is kind of meant to do a little bit. But yeah, also got some, stuff there. Now we're silver 5. Don't love that. All right, so let's run this one more again. See if we can actually do what the deck is supposed to do. If we can't, we'll move on. Also, I am streaming at night, and I do better at Hearthstone during the day. Because I think I'm doing better against people that play it in the daytime. It seems like. All right, we're going second. That's good. We'll keep Sir Finley because that's really great to have. And let's just hard mulligan there. Try to get the cards we need. Didn't get any of the cards we need. We got another slam. I don't want to have slam here. What's going on here with tweets? Oh, it's people. Nice people saying nice things. We don't want to play Finley on 1. Can't slam. We'll just pass. We might on turn 2 shield block or get a weapon out. It might be a better idea to get a weapon out just to have something going, something happening. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Yeah, our opponent is a pirate warrior, and so they're gonna just like build a bunch of shit. And we don't want that. We would love our opponent not to be able to do stuff. And that they have a deck that does things. Even with new cards in it, they still have a deck that does stuff. Because they played, yeah. What got going on here? Oh, yeah, that's carded dredges. That's right. Okay, so turn 3, they have completed the first step. Yikes. All right, let's Let's do that. I've noticed that 2 doing better in the day, which doesn't make sense to me. I assume we see more casual players at night and degenerate savages like me during the day. Asmo, I think I know who you're playing. You know who we're playing during the day? People who are playing on their phone at work or school. And so we're not, or maybe you are, but I'm not. When I'm playing in the afternoon, it's to take a break. It's usually during my lunch. I play Hearthstone, and I think I am playing people who are either on their lunch break or trying to have people not notice they're playing Hearthstone. That's my guess. I don't know, but that is my guess. That is the best I can come up with as to why I've ever. Okay, well, we can dredge a weapon out, or we can dredge to try to. Here's the thing: we get a 3-2 on board. We can hopefully pick one of the cards we want. So that's kind of why this card is in there. It's a 3-2. You can pull a weapon out, or a minion, or a spell, and you get bonuses for them. We really need to get moving here. But yeah, that is my big philosophical thought experiment on that. Is maybe they're just fucking distracted. Whereas at night, they are like at home doing their thing. All right, let's play this. I don't want any of these. We got the Sunken Trident. Honestly, I do want the Sunken Trident because we do want to do two damage to enemy minions. I would like to get off this off the board so we can do this. We can't play this right now, but we can play it next turn. We're just going to execute this. It's overkill, but I just really need that thing to go away. And now, at least next turn, we can play this here, and we can do damage to enemy minions. Yikes. Yikes, 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 yikes. I play during work, but on a second PC where I can pay attention, and I work from home, so I don't have anyone who could notice. That all does make sense. There you go. Okay, so, yikes. So many yikes here. There it is. That's what we were looking for. Now, we do that, we can't play anything. So we're going to do this. We're going to play this because we don't want to lose the smallest advantage that we have here. And then we're going to play this. Can we survive next turn? Probably not. But we're still going to do the thing. Oh, there's Grom. Will be cool. This is nothing. This is kind of nothing. And then here's the thing. We take 4 damage. So our staying alive condition right now, I kind of want to see that effect. Our staying alive condition right now is our opponent doesn't have 2 damage or a pirate. So we lose. There you go. We're now pretty much gonna, yeah. Yeah. We lost. It's okay. At least you got to see what the deck is supposed to do. It's not good, but I like it. I like what it's trying to do. There might be a version of this deck that is better. I don't know if there is. There might be a way to make that work. I'm going to keep an eye on my people that make a lot of weird decks. All right, let's jump to Wild. I would love to get a win in tonight, and there's the possibility that we'll get Switcheroo. Now, remember, we want to play Switcheroo without having drawn the Darkness or drawn our Boar, which will make our Boar a 1-cost minion that does 20 damage, and then we boost it, and then we win. I probably should have more silence in this deck. I don't. Okay, so we don't have Switcheroo. But we do have a lot of Discover cards, so we're going to keep these because, again, a thing we would like to not do is draw our minions. And we got Topsy-Turvy, which is nice to have if we can get Palm Reading. Or we have palm reading. I mean, we can also discount. We can discount. So we're gonna keep this hand, even though we only have topsy turvy that we would like to have in our hand. So, sorry, I scratched my arm there. Uh-oh, lightning bloom off the bat. That's not good. Oh, okay. Fungal fortunes. All right, so ooh, this is perfect. We can play this on here. Dredge. We definitely want to do that. So our opponent is playing the burn through your hand damage deck, I think, and I don't like it. So we're a race against time. Switcheroo, great. Next turn, we pull Switcheroo. We play Switcheroo on turn 2. Then we Shadow or Palm looking for the other things. Great. So we dredged it. We made it cost 0. Now we're playing it. We have our 2 minions. We now need to play Coin here and Palm Read. We'll play that. We've now discounted. Great. We win next turn. As long as our opponent doesn't play Dirty Rat to pull our Stone Tusk Boar. Or Taunt. But it looks like, yeah, okay, so we win next turn. We finally get our win tonight, friends. Because we pulled a Divine Shield that costs nothing. So now, here's a 20-20. Here's a 20-40. Here's a 40-20. We win. This deck sucks. It's degenerate. It's not nice, as we said earlier. Oh. It's evil. This is not a good time. It's not nice that this is a deck. It feels really bad to pull one of those 2 cards you need, or you can't find a switcheroo no matter how many draws and discovers, and because there's discover a spell for your deck that wasn't very nice. I love it. Right? There's also discover any kind of spell. Dredge is the best because Dredge, sometimes one of the bottom 3 cards is the card you want, and then it costs 0. Dredge is great. It's a lovely addition. It's hand in hand with Switcheroo. Okay, so we're gonna keep Shadow Visions because we need Switcheroo, but we don't want to draw one of our minions, so we don't really want to mulligan too much. But we're gonna keep Shadow Visions. Neither of these are gonna help us. Okay. Okay, we got trading, we got palm reading, got shadow visions. So we're not going to trade this to draw another card. We're going to keep it to silence enemy minions so that we can get through a taunt. Because that also stops this deck, obviously, because it's an OTK. 1-turn kill. Okay. Well, let's dredge first. Let's have a free Divine Spirits coming next. And then let's Shadow Visions. Vivid Nightmare's nice to have. We're going to Palm Read next turn anyway, so let's just do Vivid Nightmare. Vivid Nightmare, you choose a friendly minion, and then you summon a copy of it for 1 turn. Pelican Diver is an... I don't have a good way to kill that, so we're going to be taking some damage here. There's our Divine Shield. We knew we would draw. So we're going to discover. None of these are things we want. Master Spell isn't bad if our opponent is buffing, but we also have that, so we don't need that. We do draw. We don't really want Psychic Scream. We don't really want I guess we could go with Illumination. I guess we're going with Illumination. And then we're just going to give this some more health so we can draw. There's Topsy Turvy. Okay. If we draw our other dredge or either of our switcheroos, we just win next turn. So that's good, but it's not likely. We could, even though this is free, we could spend 1 mana to trade this. Inner Fire doesn't help us. We don't really have a turn this turn other than healing. So we are going to take the risk. Okay, well, now we can see because we pulled the darkness. The only other thing we could do is we'd have to, like, our opponent would have to play a minion with a lot of health, and then we could do the... It's not worth it. Our opponent's not going to have a minion with a lot of health that we can copy and all that, so we're not going to worry about that. We ran the risk. So, if you say, how do you beat that deck? Well, the best way to beat that is you just draw the thing you need to do the OTK. So that's how you beat that deck, is you lose yourself. I'm not losing to my opponent. I'm losing to my own drawing ability. Which, you know, isn't great, but it is there. Let's see here. Retweet my tweet. See if we can get a few more friends to join us tonight. Oh, it's a good paladin hero. Okay. So, obviously, we don't want this. We kind of don't want Potion of Madness either, but we're going to keep it, and we're going to Dredge. That's good. And Inner Fire is good to have. So we're going to do that. Send that back. Vivid Nightmare is great, too. Okay, we've got Vivid Nightmare, and we've got Inner Fire, which will pair with whatever. We got Dredge to play on turn 1. The backup plan of Potioning of Madnessing our opponent if they're playing a minion that has a lot of health that we can then Inner Fire it? No, it's not a win condition. Here's Gift of the Naru. Let's Illuminate. Booyah! Switcheroo! So, we can coin Switcheroo next turn. So, all we need to do is avoid our next... Oh, no, we're good. Because our next draw, because we dredged, the top of our deck is now a 0 cost. So, we win next turn. We just win next turn. No, we don't win next turn. Sorry. We don't win next turn. We play Switcheroo. If we had, and we don't have it, if we had Divine Spirit, we could play this for 1 mana, coin Divine Spirit, and then Topsy-Turvy. We don't have the cards for that. So we win next turn. Let's see. Let's just do this. Let's just do that. We'll spend our mana. Anyway, next turn we win. We win next turn because we'll just play this, coin, Vivid Nightmare, and then we win. So. Or if we pull Divine Spirit, we can coin and do that. So we win on turn 3. It's pretty good. There is a way to win on turn 2. We didn't get there, but it's all right. We're going to get turn 3, Degenerate win. Unless this is a... I mean, it's possible. No. Okay, great. I was like, unless this is a taunt. There are 1-drop taunts that could have messed us up. Because we also used our... I would have felt really silly if we had lost because I didn't use Potion of Madness. But anyway, here we go. Coin. Turn 3. That's turn 3. We did 1 damage previously on turn 2. They did 1 damage to themselves on their turn 3. We just won on turn 3. That's 2 out of 3 wins for this deck. I told you it's not nice. It's not a nice deck, but I really do enjoy it. I don't think this is going to be part of my regular rotation. I'm not going to play Hearthstone monthly, I don't think, but I will be playing it. It will join the larger rotation. Asmo wants me to play some Ska. Here's some ska as we start off this game. There's some ska for you. We're going to get rid of these. These are great to have, but if this was Dredge or Switcheroo, we would just keep this full hand. But we need to pull Switcheroo because we're playing a Priest and... Okay, we got Switcheroo, great. I'm not saying for sure that our opponent is also playing this deck, that this is the mirror match, but there's a good chance it's the mirror match. So we're going to discover next turn because we're looking for Divine Spirit and Switcheroo. Okay, yeah, all right. That's not the best sign. Oh, there's Divine Spirit. So now we're looking for Switcheroo or we're looking for Inner Fire. We didn't get that. We did get this, which we can then trade at least. We'll do that and silence. We'll keep that. Right now, we are hoping that we do not top deck one of our two minions. Okay, yeah, I believe this is the mirror match. Okay. We're hoping that our turn 3 top deck is Inner Fire or Topsy-Turvy. That is what we're hoping for. But yeah. Okay. So we're going to switcheroo. Our opponent is now aware of what our deck is. As of right now, we win because we have Vivid Nightmare. So we're going to win with Vivid Nightmare. Our opponent has to beat us this turn or we win. It's possible that they can do it. But no. Okay, we win. Hooray! 2020. 21. We were definitely playing the mirror match there, and we had better luck than they did. That rules. It's bad. It's bad. This is bad. I mean, we're going to keep going. I am also going to show you the other wild decks that I have, including Big Shaman, Big Sham, because it is a Big Sham, and Evolve. But I want to get a few more wins in because it feels good to win while I'm streaming. Because I had a bunch of wins today. I was doing good. I have wins with that terrible deck that we played, my terrible Warrior deck. I have wins with that. Into the Fires deck has some wins, but we didn't get any tonight. All right. Gotta put the darkness back in there. We do not want the darkness. No thank you, friend. Get out of here. Let's keep that. Okay, yeah, we'll keep 2. Because this is a turn 1 play. Okay, and that's a turn 2 play, Shadow Visions. Don't love our hand right now. We are playing against... we got that. That's good. We are playing against someone who has named themselves Shiny Bidoof, so I do enjoy this person for their name choice. There's Divine Spirit. That's okay. Do we want... Yeah, let's just... Okay, we're going to concede. Flew too close to the sun. Flew too close to the sun. Been loving my Hunter deck, and I was getting people to concede while I was behind. It was bizarre. Oh, no, because you just... Yeah, that deck that you described to me seems like it has, like, staying power. Which is cool. Yeah, like I said, I only have 2 decks that are... I have 3 decks, but test time is bad. It's not test time. I wish it was test time. Also, with Reno being back in Standard, I'm probably going to do a Reno deck. But I don't know which Reno deck I want to do. But I do want to do a Reno deck because it's fun. The Warrior deck I had, I did get Reno, and I didn't have any duplicates. So I did go from 4 health to 30 health, and my opponent conceded. That was one of the games that I won with that Warrior deck. It was very unlikely. All right, playing a Druid. This is a race against the clock with this Druid. Can't really mess around. Oh, yeah. Full keep. Full keep. We're going to play Sphere of Sappirance. We're going to be looking for we're going to be looking for a few cards here. We're going to play this on turn 1. We're going to switch around turn 2. We are very much reducing here. Basically, our first draw could end this. Oh, the Cthulhu version. Ooh, I like this. I like this for our Druid opponent, who is just going to be trying to increase mana and then have an incredible turn. We'll say hi. So we're going to play this, which lets us pick what cards we want, and we're just going to take whatever they give us, hoping that we're not getting, because we don't want the darkness and we don't want Boar, Stone-Test Boar. But we'll switcheroo those, and then we're just looking for Vivid Nightmare, or some kind of combination of Divine Spirit, Inner Fire, or Divine Spirit, Topsy Turvy. Okay, they're giving us mana. That's not great. I mean, it's good. It's of all the mana increasers, the one that also gives us mana is nice. If this was a Vivid Nightmare, we would just win right now. We would have won on real turn 2. It's not a Vivid Nightmare, but we're taking Gift of the Naru. We now have our cards that we need. And now we can look for... we can discover... Let's see. Discover a spell in your deck. We'll just do that. None of these are what we want, so we'll take that. Okay, so we need, if we top deck Vivid Nightmare, we win. Or if we draw Vivid Nightmare off palm reading, we win. Well, no, that wouldn't work. We wouldn't have enough mana for that. But we're on our way to winning here. We have the combo. We have part of the combo here. Okay. Let's luck of the draw. Okay, we didn't get that. We're going to palm read, or should we do that first? Let's palm read to just... none of this is helpful here. Silence friendly minion and deal damage equal to this attack randomly split among all enemies. That, I think if we silence that, it goes back to being a 1/1, so that doesn't help us. We'll just take that because it'll be free. There's Vivid Nightmare. So next turn we win. We might as well.
My form is purple, not really red.
And yeah, okay. If we're not dead this turn, we win because we got the Vivid Nightmare. We had a little bit of bad luck here with some of our draws. 50-50. Yes, we win. We still win. We won the 50-50. This motherfucker, Mutanus, ate the other one. It ate the 1/1, not the 2020. Holy shit. We got real lucky there on the 50-50. Holy shit. As I said, we could have drawn our way into just winning that, like on turn 2. We would have had 4 mana, but we could have won on turn 2. Instead, we won on turn like 4 or 5. I can't remember because there was so much mana. But Mutanus is a great card to have in there if you're increasing your mana. It is an okay counter to our 2020. I mean, we just concede there. If they have a 2020, we just concede. But we'll do one more game here, and then we'll switch over and do some shaman shenanigans. It's important for me to get a few more losses tonight because I'm getting a big head because I've only lost 1 or 2. I've only lost twice with this deck. Where we just drew and then see. Oh yeah, Aristophan is asking Asmo about the Hunter deck that they're using. Let's keep this, and then we'll try to get what else we need. We got Vivid Nightmare. We got turn 2 play probably because we're gonna play this turn 1. Ooh, we're gonna play this turn 0 or turn 1. Let's see. Topsy-Turvy's good to have. We got a Vivid Nightmare. We really don't need any of these, but let's make it free by putting it at the top, and then we'll play this. We already know what we're going to get, so this is kind of a waste, but yeah. Okay, we're playing against Quest, so we're not racing the clock here. They probably have silences. All right, we're taking a risk here. We lose. I literally said we're taking a risk here as we drew that. Just a bad run of luck there for us. It's okay. It's based on Azarian Saber and some other cards that cheat out Beast minions. Yes, Asmos Hunter is another cheat deck. If you're not cheating mana, are you playing Modern Hearthstone? Really? Okay, so let's play Big Sham. I talked about this at the beginning of the stream. I'll remind y'all about Big Sham. Look, will we end the night by playing that pre-switcheroo deck? Yes, because I do think they're going to take Boar out of Wild rotation. They're just going to take it out. I think of it because they don't really like charge anyway. So I really feel like that card is just going to get Hall of Famed. Okay, so normally you would not keep a 10-drop in your opening hand. We're mulliganing the Wildpaw Cavern. We are hoping for Lightning Bloom, so on turn 4 we can play a 10-drop. This is not... When this deck works, it's great. It doesn't often work. We're playing against another Shaman. Somehow we have the Shaman Mirror. They're not playing this. They're playing Spell Damage. Because Spell Damage Shaman is really good in Standard and especially good in Wild right now. Spell Damage Shaman is good. You have to kind of know what you're doing. It's a good deck. I don't enjoy Spell Damage decks, but I can respect them. Okay, we got a 9/9 here. We'll either get a copy of one of these two. We still have to make it to turn 4. We don't have a lot to do right now. We could have kept Wildpaw Cavern, which would have been something to play on turn 4, but we really want Lightning Bloom or Investment Opportunity, which draws, Ancestral Knowledge, Wind Chill to stall their minion. We got Lightning Bloom here. Next turn we can freeze our own minion if they don't clear it. Lightning Bloom will be good to kind of take some damage in. But then you're also running a risk here. Okay, they're playing Murloc. They're not playing Murloc Shaman. They're playing Frost Shaman. But there is a Murloc package, a small Murloc package in Frost Shaman. That is my guess, is that we are dealing with a Frost Shaman deck. So we're going to freeze our minion. It can't attack anyway. Here's Ancestor's Call. Next turn, we are going to pull one of their minions out of their hands, and we are going to get a 9/9 that does 9 damage to random enemy minion, or we're going to get a 7/7 that when you death rattle, another 7/7. So we know our turn 4. I think it's called Colossal Beast Hunter. As I was saying, beasts are more than 5 mana, revive pet, and a secret package for some defense. Not a lot of board clear is the weakness I've seen. Yes, the Colossal Beast Hunter. Yes, the deck that Asmo is checking out. That sounds good. Again, I don't have any Colossals right now. The Shaman Colossal is the one I'm kind of looking at because I think it would be pretty okay in this deck. It wouldn't even be great in this deck. But I got to look at the Colossals to see. Because I do think that they're interesting to pull with some of these cards. I'm also going to see if a dual deck would be good with Colossals. Okay, yeah, our opponent is a freeze shaman with a basically infinite freeze shaman. So we're kind of under the gun here. We could, do I want to pull out one of their minions? So the chance is that we pull one of their minions that breaks their combo. So we're gonna do Ancestor's Call. That's not great. That's bad. That's bad. We didn't want to see that. We'll still have a 7/7. That's one of the Murlocs our opponent cleared. We probably will see the other Murloc here in a minute, is my guess. I was hoping to pull something from their infinite combo. We didn't get that. It sucks that we didn't get that, but we didn't get that. That's a bummer. Yeah, because Toxfin. Okay, yep. And then we still have a 7/7 that's frozen. Thanks. So now we're gonna have an extra mana here. Now we have a 9/9. And then we're freezing this just in case. Look, is there a 1 in 5 chance that we were about to zap that thing? Yes, there's a 1 in 5 chance. Could we have also played Lightning Storm? Yes, but what else are we going to play after Lightning Storm? Our opponent's going to have another board here. 1 in 5 chance that I froze the wrong thing. There we go. Because I'm going to Lightning Storm now, I think. Because now I have a 9/9, they have to react to it. That sucks, but isn't the worst thing in the world. It's not great. It's not great. I mean, now I have to Lightning Storm. But now you see what this deck is supposed to do. What it wants to do. We'll just do that. Clear this. Our opponent did use... what do you call it? Zola. So we did get our opponent to use Zola, which is cool. We don't have enough mana to play. We're going to have to heal ourselves. We don't have enough mana to do that. Okay. Ooh, they're putting in Colossals in this. That makes sense. It makes sense to have the Colossals in there. Also, this is just a cool card. We can devolve this. We can heal ourselves. I think we'll take the heal. And then we'll just put a minion on the board. Next turn, we can play an 8/8 that gives us 8 armor. It keeps us alive. This deck really does want to overpower our opponent in the beginning, break their combo up or their OTK, disrupt it a bit, make them spend resources. Okay, well, that's terrible. We're going to, I guess, have to devolve that. We can play an 8/8. It sucks that our 9/9 is gone. I guess I have to devolve this. So we'll pull that. Devolve that. This will only give us 7 mana, so we can't play that. That's still a good 6-drop. Ugh. Yeah, let's just concede. Let's run that back. Let's see if we can get do some damage in there. We were playing against a slow opponent, which is beneficial to us because they are building up to do several incredible turns that you can't come back from. It's just that we didn't get our our game plan together quite right. Some bad luck. The biggest bad luck for us was that our Ancestor's Call pulled, basically gave them a free way to clear our board. Ooh, that's a fucking great... Oh, man. That's beautiful looking. We're gonna... look. We can pull one of our cards we want, or we can pull a Lightning Bloom here. We got Lightning Storm again, so that doesn't help us. But we can, if we draw, because we don't get to choose, we're playing Pirate Warrior here, which is pretty good for us because our opponent can't really deal with a 9/9 that does 9 damage to a minion. Okay, we didn't pull what we need. At the very least, turn 3, we can play a 9/9 and then pull one of their minions. They don't get to play a pirate. We're pulling one of their pirates in and then destroying it. So, unless our opponent, unfortunately, drew like Mr. Smite, one of their end things there. So we can Wind Chill. Let's Wind Chill. We got Devolve. We really want to coin next turn, so we can't do any of this. Like, Lightning Storm is a follow-up for us. We're saving ourselves 2 damage here. Well, 3 damage. At least, you know, we saved ourselves 3 damage. If we didn't have Ancestor's Call here and a coin, we would definitely Lightning Storm, but then we lose mana out, so we're gonna do this. If this fails, if our opponent can clear a 9/9, then we'll deal with it after the fact. But that's not great, but it's not bad. One away from getting what I really wanted, which was the South Sea Captain. That would have been a fantastic snipe if we had been able to get the South Sea Captain. Holy shit, that would have been great. Our opponent, my assumption is our opponent isn't going to trade into a 9/9. They're just going to rush face. Which, if they do, that would be great. I'll take this damage here so that I can play Lightning Storm. They are. Okay, they're just going to try to take us down. We've got Lightning Storm next turn. We've got Devolve later. But we're just going to Lightning Storm here. This will automatically get taken out here, so we can go 9 to face. There's only one there, so no need to trade. We can just go face. We've got Healing Wave here if we want to play that. All right. They're probably going to pull a pirate they can play, but maybe they won't. Oh, yeah. Okay. And they drew. Great. That's bad. That's not great for us. I mean, we're going to kill it here. One of these. Not both of them. So that's not great. And they both went face, which isn't the best. We got a Healing Wave here. Good. That's nice. We won that. So now we're going to heal a lot. We healed 14. And we're just going to do that. We're going to leave them with a 2-drop or 2/2, but, you know, that's fine. We can Lightning Storm the next one here. We can Devolve and Lightning Storm. If we top deck Eureka or Ancestor's Call, that would be great. We could top deck some healing. That would be good. We can Ancestor's Call into some healing because we still have 3 other healing cards. Our opponent is going to complete, which we don't love to see. So that's bad for us. They have to play it, though, and they can't play it right now. So that's good. Oh, Ysera. I do love you. Or Yashiraj, not Ysera. Yashiraj. I love Yashiraj. We're just going to clear the board here. We didn't get the heal that we would like, so can't heal. So we're going to draw. Okay, that'll help us out to make up for the fact that we won't have much mana next turn. Our opponent has to get rid of this 9/9, or the Juggernaut has to make a taunt, or yeah. Oh, ooh. Well, there you go. They don't have enough. We win. We win. Hooray. They didn't play Juggernaut, and they're going to concede. They're not even going to let us swing in for 9. I'm really glad we healed then. I mean, we had to, because Mr. Smite can really mess it up. That's the other problem with using a Sister's Call against a Pirate Warrior is they might just have Mr. Smite and, you know, did a bad job. One more no. Let's go to Evolve. Let's have some fun with Evolve. We won with Big Sham, our Big Shaman. So let's play some Evolve. All right. Okay. I like that. That's gonna. All right. We don't need both tiny toys. We really don't even need Dread Crusader. We're full mulliganing this. If we had Cage Match Custodian, we might keep Dread. If we were going second, we might keep Dread. If we had Knuckles, we might keep Dread. But if we don't have any of that, We're doing full mulligan because we're going first, and we don't have anything to play right now. And we got Evolve. We got Creeper, which is great to start with, even though it's 7, because it's going to cost less and less as we play. This is a good turn 3 play. Let's play Firefly. Probably Hero Power turn 2. Yeah, we can hopefully draw some spells. We don't have a lot of nature spells, but we also don't have a lot of elementals. This is really just to draw a spell out of our deck. And again, we are hoping that we draw a Desert Hare to play on turn 4 with this. Okay, this is this one here. So we are in a bit of a race because our opponent is going to have some really good turns, and we're probably not going to have a lot of good early turns. We can have a lot of good mid turns, and they're going to have a lot of good end turns. So like late turns. So we're going to hopefully going to dominate them in the middle and just have it be an insurmountable, just like dog pile on there. Because this is our turn 3. Our turn 4 will hopefully involve Evolve. And our turn 5 will be Knuckles. Great. We know what our turn 4 is. So, we got Devolve, which could be helpful, but probably won't be that helpful. But we need to do a bunch of damage and build a really strong board in the middle. We don't love that because that could be Counterspell. And we have no good way of knowing if that's Counterspell. Shit, is this Counterspell? If it is Counterspell, we have Bogspine Knuckles next turn. So we're gonna take the risk that this is Counterspell. We've got to because we don't win in the late game here. It wasn't Counterspell. Hell yeah. It's duplicate. It's Ice Block. It's most likely Ice Block. If it's any of these, it's Ice Block. We just built a pretty cool board here. We don't love to see, 4-drops, whatever. These 4-drops are not great. This is an okay 4-drop. These are not great 4-drops. This is a fun, these are, as far as 4-drop goes, this is weird. I mean, I do like having a Divine Shield on something. Oh wow, okay. So, it also, I should say, this could be rigged fair game, I guess. This could be rigged fair game. So let's do what we're supposed to do, which is win in the middle. That's not great. We're going to get a Mana Crystal if that gets killed. This is good. This is also good. This is fine. We could, yeah. No minion has died this game because this is still 7 cost and it's been in my hand since the beginning. So again, we're doing what this deck is supposed to do, which is overwhelm in the middle and win before they can spend their mana. Okay, so they just pulled a 9-drop that now costs 4, which isn't great for us. This just pulls our weapon back, and we only have one weapon, which is this. So let's assume that this is Ice Block, and it was Ice Block. Okay, we get one more turn. None of these are taunts, which isn't great. This is nice to have. We're going to have our cards cost less. Let's just go ahead and draw our other weapon so we don't have to spend 9 to do that. Also, all minions have a 50% chance to attack the wrong enemy. It's pretty great. That could be nonsense. But this is actually, honestly, the most important thing we had is our opponent's spells cost 2 more now. It doesn't matter that that's with the 9-drop that they pulled, but their spells cost 2 more. So we theoretically could survive here. Okay, of course, yeah. So also, if this isn't another Ice Block, this could actually really screw us up. There's a really weird... Yeah, I kind of want to So this doesn't count for me. This is all minions have the chance to attack the wrong enemy. So if this isn't ice block, this is great for us. We win. And the other time it's just risky, so we're just going to do this. It was another ice block, which is sucks, obviously. Now we have some minions there. We're also going to 50% attacking the correct enemy, which is a very... I love that. This is such a good flavor text. Optimistic Ogre. 50% chance to attack the correct enemy. Let's just get rid of that. I don't want you to have, like, sure, you have a 9/7. You can, our opponent can heal now some with this, but, like, I don't care that you can heal. I got a big board. I don't want our opponent to have Caligos anymore. It's not the best 9-drop to see there, or 8-drop, but I'll take it. They got to honorably kill at the end of their turn. I shouldn't have played this. That is an honorable kill, so they will heal some. But our board is big. They could also polymorph now because they have survived the mid, and we are now towards the end game here. So we're not out of the woods yet. And our opponent decided it was better to just disconnect. Which I don't agree with. Just concede. Just concede. You don't know where... Why are you being salty? You drew a card, you drew your Caligos, and it cost you 4 mana, and then you drew an ice block that you could play for free. You were playing to your outs. Just concede or allow me to win. Why leave? No reason for it. Just no reason for it. I'm playing an Evolve deck. Gotta understand, I lose with this deck a lot, but it's fun to play. I enjoy it very much. And I'll take the win any way I can get it. I'll take a timeout win. I'll disconnect. On purpose disconnect. A accidental disconnect. The internet interruption. I'll take it any way I can. Look, we don't want Knuckles in our hand. We have ways to draw Knuckles. We're going to put it back in. We're going first. We're at a disadvantage really going first. Great. Okay. We've got... Now we can pull it. We know that on turn 5 we can play that and that. We got a turn 1, a turn 2, turn 3 probably. We don't have a turn 4 right now, but we have a turn 5. So at the very least we know we're getting a 4-drop that we can evolve with our Knuckles. We can draw our Knuckles and play our Knuckles. Okay, Creeper's not terrible to have there. Now we have a Knuckles. We did 1 damage. If we draw a Rid Stormer, it's got Rush. It's nice. We can play this here. We got a Mutate. This is our Get Out of Jail Free card. Transform friendly minion into a red one that costs 1 more. Let's play Farsight. We got a free Evolve. We could just evolve this. I would rather play this for free with some bigger minions. We don't have a turn 4 right now. We could just play this, just play it. We could play this and Hero Power. We'll kind of see what we got. If we had a coin, that would be great because then we could coin that out. Our opponent is going to, giving us more mana, is trying to OTK us with all of their mana. Do they have enough to do it this turn? Are they doing it right now? No. No, they're not. They got a 5/10. That sucks. We have 8 mana right now. So I guess we're going to play this and this and this. And then we're going to take 5 to evolve all this. Which I don't like doing. But I need to start doing something. What is this? Frenzy. Okay, we can't Frenzy that. That's a bad 4-drop. That's an okay 5-drop. That's an alright 3-drop. We don't have any Death Rattles. Let's just mutate this 3/1. Holy shit, that's worse! That's one of the worst 5-drops you can have, everybody. Holy shit. This is some real bad luck, motherfuckers. Okay, now they have Guff. That's not great. Some real bad evolves. Poison Seeds. You hate to see it. Poison Seeds. Okay. Great. We got Doppelgangster. Okay, we're rebuilding. Let's just clear that out. Let's do some damage. Make that free. Play this. Wait on this after. Rebuilt our board. Used all our cards. We don't have any refill. That's fun. We don't hate to see that. What does that do? End of your turn. We add, hey, we're going to get a card in our hand. That's fun. These don't do anything. That's nice to have. This is fun. That's just a fun 8/8. This is a cool rock and roll dude. Our battle cries are going to trigger twice. That's fun. Let's do that. We got one card in our hand. We got a 1/1 with Rush. After you summon a Pirate Swarmer, you gain 1 attack. Oh boy. Oh boy. Our opponent, basically our opponent can win any time now. They have so much mana. And we don't have that. So let's do this. Unfortunately, this battle cry doesn't give us mega Wind Fury. All right, so we either just won, or our opponent is going to play all their cards and spend all their mana and defeat us right now. That's just how it goes. If they just have the right amount of cards, they have 11 mana, pull the right cards, get their free cards in, can just do all the damage to our face. Okay. Oh, they have the Line Cracker. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's going to be hard for us to beat here. They're about to have, 81 armor. They just added 81 armor. It's a lot of fucking armor. But we're going to stick with it. We're going to do this. Kind of want to just rush these down, but can't really. We'll do this. We'll do that. Let's do that. I mean, look. Does our opponent have the ability to make these all 2/2 trees? Yes. Poison Seeds. They do have Poison Seeds. We do have some things to... Yeah, okay. They don't have Oaken Summons. That's just giving them more armor. I guess we're going to play the long game. I mean, I might concede at some point here, friends. But, like, I don't know. I'm going to do a bunch of damage here. Like... Right now, the only damage they've done to us is 5 that we did to ourselves to swing into something. Some of these are okay. After you summon a mech, deal 3 damage randomly spent among all enemies. We don't have any mechs. We got beasts. I don't know. We still have evolves. Oh, no, we don't have any evolves left. We have... we got Dread Corsair, so we can play... a Horde Pillager to pull back our weapon. We have another weapon. We've got Cage Master Custodian to pull our weapon, which we can't play a Cage Master Custodian. That's the problem we have right now, actually, folks, is we need to pull Doppelgangster because... Not Doppelgangster. We need to pull Bogspine Knuckles because I can't play any minions right now to draw minions. That's not going to help us. Or to draw a weapon. So... I guess if we draw a beast, we can make it bigger. Yeah, so right now we're board locked, and that's obviously a bad place to be. And we're just letting our opponent like gain mana, gain cards. We're not dead yet, but we don't really have a good end game here. Cool, just get more armor. Just get more armor. Okay, Duval would be... Well, Duval actually is worse. This is theoretically a good way to maybe eventually clear a board space. Because it would be nice to clear a board space so that we could do something. I mean, if we get bonked by Knuckles, we can at least swing in or mutate. We can make something bigger, like we can make this a 4-drop or something. Horde Pillager. Would love to play Horde Pillager. Can't. Just gotta take out some of the trash here. I mean, at least we can... Maybe our opponent will clear some of our minions for us. So I can play this. Oh boy, that's not going to be good. Well, I mean, none of this is good. Great. Now we can play Horde Pillager. That sounds rad. I'm excited about playing Horde Pillager. Oh, your other line cracker. And double bees. Okay, but you only have 3 bees there. Okay. Okay. I think we're going to play this out. Our opponent now has over 100 armor. But I think we might play this out because they're going to be taking a lot of damage. Yeah, they're going to take fatigue damage. I don't know. Maybe we'll play this out. We're going to play these 2 cards, and that's going to be good. So let's do that. Because we need 3 spots. So we'll do that. We'll do that. We'll do that. Yeah, we'll just do that. Because we don't want them to have a 41. We got to kill that. Actually, we'll do this. And then this. Then we did 6 damage. They're still over 100. But now we got some minions. That's fun. We got Scaled Nightmare. I mean, it's going to keep evolving. We have Reload. We can reload with Doppelgangster and Desert here if they clear. I don't know. They don't have any more clears left. We still have another Box by Knuckles and another Horde Pillager. They do have... Okay, they do have Spreading Plague. We don't love to see Spreading Plague, clearly. But we can get through a lot of Spreading Plagues. We can draw 2 cards here. Well, we can't. I mean, you know, maybe I could work that. Okay. So, we'll do that. We'll do that. We'll do that. We'll do that. 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 Fortunately, couldn't get through all of this. We'll do that. Oh, hell yeah. That's Rush, Wind Fury. And that's Rush, Frenzy, draw a card. So we'll do that. Drew a card. Then we can do that. Cool. Take some damage. This is obviously not great. It's a, it's a 2/2. This is cool. Antonitis. We could use Mutate if we top deck Mutate. Cage Mask Custodian gets us Knuckles. Knuckles obviously gets us Knuckles. Oh, they had Mecha. Oh, yeah, that's the other win condition. I forgot they had that as a win condition. I forgot their other 2 cards were Naturalize and Mechathune. I forgot that Linecracker is the fatigue game, and then the other win condition is Mechathune. I'd forgotten about Mechathune. We should have gotten way... I think we should have gotten more points for that game. That was a long game. We stuck with that. I forgot about Mechathune. Oops. Let's go back to Big Shaman. Oh, well. We stuck with it. I didn't concede as soon as Linecracker came down. They didn't have a phenomenal Linecracker either, which was helpful. I forgot about Mechathune. I forgot that deck had Mechathune in it. We'll play another Big Shaman, and then we'll go back to Switcheroo, because Switcheroo rules. All right, we got Eureka. We want to keep Eureka. Let's keep Colossus. Let's try to get Lightning Bloom or... we got Lightning Storm. That's not what I want. We want Lightning Bloom. We want Ancestor's Call. This is probably a Pirate Warrior. Why wouldn't it be a Pirate Warrior? Of course it's a Pirate Warrior. Why wouldn't it be a Pirate Warrior? There's Ancestor's Call. So if we top deck Lightning Bloom next turn, we can play it. We, you know, give them a Pirate, but then we have a 7/7 on the board. Again, not great. You know, one would hope that that we weren't going to play so many Pirate Warriors tonight, but whatever. We're playing a garbage deck. Next turn, we can coin Ancestor's Call. Put a minion on the board. What do you want to do? Later, we can Lightning Bloom, which is neat. Because we won't have to use... We won't have Lightning Bloom, so we can use Lightning Storm to clear the next turn. Right now, we're going to put a 4-drop on there, which is fine. Or we're going to put a 7/7 next turn, and then turn 4, we can play Lightning Bloom, which is cool. That did save us 2 health, which is good. We also have Healing Waves. Also, we could... Okay, we didn't got devolved there. All right. What are they going to pull? A 2/3. Okay, that's good. They can get through some of this 7/7. It's not the best in the world, but, you know, it's still 7/7. Cool. So they can just get through this thing. We did slow them down a little bit because they have to counter a 7/7. So that's good. You know. We don't have a minion for our Eureka, which isn't great. We don't have a minions play with our Ancestor's Call. They have gotten through our 7/7. This is a waste of time, really. This is our only thing we really can do. If we top deck a minion next turn, we can play Ancestor's Call with that. And then we can Ancestor's Call, you know, something. They did manage to get through 14 health that turn. We can also Lightning Bloom next turn if we want to. Or Lightning Storm, I should say. Not Lightning Bloom, we can Lightning Storm. Which will leave that with 1 health, which you don't love. We did not top deck a minion. This deck has... There's 4, 5, 6 minions for us to pull out. 7, but we got rid of one of them. That lives, unfortunately. There's nothing we do about that. Next turn, we can't play Eureka, but we can play Ancestor's Call if we happen to top deck a minion. Yashiraj would be the best one to top deck. We could do well with other ones. Okay. Just taking a lot of damage. We're just taking a lot of damage here. Okay. There's the go. Let's get an 8/8. Our opponent doesn't have any cards, so we're getting an 8/8. Next turn, we can heal, or we can play Eureka if we top deck one of our minions. That's a good top deck for our opponent. Next turn, they're playing, they're going to summon the Juggernaut. We don't love that. They're going to take the 8. We're going to get 8 health. They're taking the 8 so that they can do 4 damage. All right, we did not top deck a weapon or a minion, so we will play. We'll devolve this into smaller things. This is fine. This is bad, maybe, but not really, because they're gonna play next turn. They're playing. We didn't heal. We probably should have healed, but I like having a 3/4 on the board to soak some damage up. Yeah, they're playing Rikara. Summon the Juggernaut. It's a great animation. Why not show everybody the cool animation with the Juggernaut? What if I top decked Yashiraj? It's a bad time. Investment opportunity. That's not anything. This is going to give us Lightning Bloom. All right, we're going to see. Big Sham is in many ways a big scam. I probably should call it Big Scam Deck, because sometimes you were playing a scam on yourself. I don't want to end on that, because that's bummed me out, because we just weren't getting good draws. It wasn't that we weren't making good plays. Let's end with Switcheroo. Either we draw one of the 2 minions we need, and it's a bad time, or we just top deck some nonsense. But this will probably be our last game, unless our opponent just concedes, because we are a priest deck, and they don't want to deal with this priest deck, which is possible. Oh, we're playing a rogue. We'll see if they want to stick around in the game. Okay, we're just going to keep everything because we've got Switcheroo. We can dredge, maybe, we can hopefully dredge the stuff we want and keep the things we don't want on there, because we can turn 2 Switcheroo. And we can illuminate and dredge, we want to dredge Vivid Nightmare, clearly. Okay, just starting right off the bat. Jeez, Rogue. Rude. We could just clear their board. We're going to dredge first. I think we might do that just to clear their board. I think we'll palm read. And then dredge again. And we want to enter fire. And then we're going to clear their board. Because we're going to coin Switcheroo to pull our minions. And then we'll have chances to find Divine or Vivid. All right, they've got some stuff, because now we have free 0 cost inner fire. So let's do this. Let's pull our 2 minions so we don't worry about accidentally pulling our 2 minions. So now we have 2 minions. This is 2020. Now we just need either to pull... sorry, had a brain fart there. Pull Divine Spirit or pull Vivid Nightmare. If we pull Divine Spirit, we can win next turn. If we pull Vivid Nightmare, we got to wait one more turn. Palm reading, the 0 cost palm reading, we knew that was going to be there. So let's see. Vivid Nightmare cost 2. We win. We win. We scammed our way into a win. We win. Yep. Turn 3. Turn 3 victory. And that's what we call a complete and utter scam. That's some scam shit. Let's push our luck. Let's push our luck. I'm feeling like let's get another win in here. I'm so happy that we won. We won the first Evolve game, and so all my wins weren't just this scam deck or scammy bad deck. One of our wins was with an evolved deck, which is not a good deck. So I'm happy about that. Or it's not a mean deck. It's just a weird deck. So many rogues.
I make my own.
Okay.
For the light. For my dog.
Let's keep divine. Let's keep divine spirit. We like divine spirit. And okay, we got dredge. We can dredge with a illuminate. We got vivid nightmare, so that's good. Got Asteria there. Okay, let's dredge switcheroo. I wish one of these was switcheroo. We got Topsy Turvy. Now, Topsy Turvy is already free, but Topsy Turvy pairs with our Divine Health. Let's pull this because then we can maybe discover it later. We'll pull it off the top. It'll be free, and then we might be able to pull our switcheroo. Because then we could play switcheroo next turn if we pull it off that. Okay, yeah, so this is free. So we're going to discover a spell from our deck. We got it. Switcheroo. We can coin switcheroo. And then next turn we play Stone Tusk Boar. Oh, wait, we can't play next turn because we need 4 mana to play these two. So we can't play it next turn. We top deck Topsy Turvy. We can play that. And we do that, but we don't have that. We have the other switcheroo, which is great. So we're just going to heal. And we should win next turn. Our opponent has done nothing. They have played 0 cards. They have only just... There we go. Oh, they're playing a fun deck. They're playing Academic Espionage. That's fun. I'm sorry that we're beating a fun deck, but we just trounced a fun deck because they're playing Academic Espionage. They're playing a test deck. And that's cute. I like test decks, but we just beat them. I do feel bad about that because they were playing a fun deck, and we played a degenerate deck and beat them. And I'm going to end with Platinum 8. So I do feel bad about that win, but I don't feel bad about any of the other ones. I also don't feel bad about beating that. The mage who just like timed out. Do people normally build decks other people invented, or are people way smarter than me invent their own decks? Killer Planetoid. That's a great question. I'm going to answer that question here. We're going to go back to the main screen because we are getting close to wrapping up. We are going to raid. We're going to find someone cool out there doing cool stuff that we want to hang out with and go raid them. But I am going to answer your question before we do that raid because that's a great question. So, some people they go on websites. HS Replay. They go to Reddit, the subreddit for Hearthstone, and they look at win rates for decks. And they pick the meta deck, the deck that people have been playing. Because streamers do theory crafting leading up, right? This switcheroo deck somebody thought of and was showing off in theory crafting, and then people were like, I'm going to play that deck as soon as I can. Other people do make their own decks. My Evolve deck take some ideas from other people, but I didn't like some of the cards. They had like a 9-drop that costs less the more minions you have. That feels like a win more card, but I need to come from behind, so I don't include that. I have, a certain ideas of like, some people don't like Mutate. I think Mutate's great to have in the deck, but you don't want to draw it off the top. So some people modify decks that people played, or maybe there's a legendary in it that you don't really need, but would be nice to have. So you don't include that legendary because you don't have it. You haven't crafted it yet, so you include other cards. But I think mostly the theory crafting, the streamers and YouTube content creators who make the decks, or people who make decks that are, like playing the circuit, they're playing in the tournaments. They post some of the decks they're working on, and I think people like take ideas and kind of build off of it. Most of my deck ideas, honestly, come from the YouTube people that I follow that play weird, wild decks that I enjoy. I think those are where I get a lot of my ideas. Sometimes I do see a deck like, and I do see some cards like the Warrior deck I played at the very beginning of tonight's stream. I designed that deck. That's why it's not good. It's fun, but it's not good. All right, so who are we going to go raid? You know what? We are going to go raid Xandra, who is playing Elden Ring. I am very surprised. Now, Xandra plays a lot of games. Xandra plays many games, and she is wonderful. But I would not have guessed that she would be playing. No problem. Happy to help. Um, uh, I wouldn't guess that Xander would be playing Elden Ring. Of all the video games for Xander to be playing, this is a surprise. So we'll check in with Xandra and some Elden Ring. Feel free to come along in this raid. Tomorrow night is more model kit building. We're going to finally build a chest for this kit. We have arms and legs of our GP1, so we're continuing that. Hope you come on that stream with me. Tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern, model kit building and hanging out. Thank you for this. I haven't streamed Hearthstone in a long time, and I was happy to do it tonight and chat with all of you. And I'll see you in the next stream. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.